The plan to build a 2,000-megawatt coal-fueled power plant, the largest in Southeast Asia, has been met with displeasure by the locals of Batang, Indonesia. The plant is estimated to cost $4 billion and cover 226 hectares of land. Funded by the Japan Bank for International Cooperation and developed by Bintang Power Indonesia, the project was supposed to begin construction in 2012, but was delayed for two reasons. One was that local farmers refused to sell a total of 12.3 hectares of land vital to the project, and the other is the intense pressure that the people of Batang put on their government to stop this development. The 10,000 villagers of Batang opposed the development because of the many air and water pollutants that will be released during the construction of the power plant and the use of it. Batang is a fishing community, which relies on fish for both everyday sustenance and tourism, as many come just to see their picturesque fishing boats floating in the water. Once completed, it will pump 10.8 million tons of carbon into the atmosphere per year. Among those are neurotoxins that are harmful to both human health and the environment. Coal-fired power plants have various personal health and environmental dangers that can permanently damage our bodies and wildlife. It will emit mercury, which can damage the nervous, digestive, and immune systems. It is also a threat to childhood development and can even a small amount makes fish dangerous to eat, keeping the Batang villagers from eating their main food source. The power plant will also produce sulfur, which reacts with oxygen to form small acidic particles that can damage human lungs. These acidic particles are also linked to bronchitis, smog, acid rain, and acidified lakes and streams. This means that fishermen and women will lose their livelihood, a main food source, and become sick if they stay in the area. This is a gross injustice and supremely unfair to locals. There are also various risks to the environment, including the increased emission of CO2. CO2 is one of the main drivers of global warming. It is also the main byproduct of coal combustion. For every 1 gram of coal combusted, 4 grams of CO2 are produced. Methane is also released during mining activities, which is 34 times stronger than carbon at trapping heat within the atmosphere. Farmers and fishermen reached out to non-governmental agencies or organizations such as Greenpeace Indonesia and Friends of Earth Japan to combat their government and the large corporations that back the power plant. They engaged in street protests, marches, filed court cases, and created official letters and petitions. Still, locals have reported that those who are vocally opposed to the project have been subject to intimidation by the police and army, with one community leader being sentenced to 8 months in jail for protesting. Apprehension about local health and the desire to stay on one's own land did not sway the Indonesian government. In February of 2016, the Indonesian Supreme Court ruled in favor of the project, allowing the government to seize the land of farmers who didn't wish to sell. In May of 2016, 3,500 people responded by marching in the capital, starting at the Japanese embassy and ending at the palace to plead their case. However, the next month, the ruling was upheld and expanded upon, allowing one of the local corporations, PLN, to also seize people's land for the project. Construction on the plant officially began in 2017, and it is expected to be completed by 2020. Local fishermen have already reported lower catches of fish since construction has begun. Once the project is completed, the people of Batang may lose some of their cultural identity, as they are faced with shortages of fish and polluted water and air. Those who have not already been forced from their homes may choose to leave the area, causing an unfair burden of hardship on the villagers who deserve the right to live on their historic land without interference.